Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Jesse from the Dads in Time Out Sports Show. We are shooting a video on lunch break, so don't mind me while I eat this delicious Walmart coleslaw. And I hope I don't have to give them any money because I ain't trying to pay them nothing. Bro, so real quick, these Walmart ribs, they're pretty good, bro. So, I'm gonna eat these ribs. I'm gonna drink this Mountain Dew and eat this potato salad, and I'm gonna give y'all some truth. So, I didn't set up the lighting and all that because, well, I didn't charge the light. So the light ain't got no light. So it's just gonna be sitting up there, not shining any light. It's gonna be pointless, right? So, y'all gonna have to just deal with me today while we talk about some things. Got my Star Wars shirt on, and you know, video, when you shoot it this way, it shoots everything backwards, but it's the Millennium Falcon. Star Wars, one of the greatest franchises of all time. And listen, if you don't have The Empire Strikes Back as the best Star Wars movie of all time, holler at me in the YouTube comments. Holler at me on Twitter at JWillSportsGuy. Find me on Facebook, Jesse Williams, and we can talk about it. Rogue One was great. In fact, we're going to talk about Star Wars for a minute. I know it's a sports podcast, but I want to talk about Star Wars because I was coming into work and I was thinking about this earlier, and I was thinking about how I would rank the Star Wars movies. So off the top of my head, Empire Strikes Back is the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. It's the darkest of all of them because the good guys aren't really winning. Luke and Darth Vader. The Emperor makes a cameo via a holocam. I got the hiccups, oops. And so, you got Han Solo running from the Empire. You've got Lando Calrissian makes his debut in Star Wars in this movie. So it's just great. And then I would say number 2 is A New Hope. Number 3 for me would be Rogue One. Number 4, Return of the Jedi. Number 5 would be Revenge of the Sith. Number 6 would be... Man, that's tough. I think number 6 for me would be... Number 6 would have to be... I guess The Force Awakens. Number 7, Solo. Number 8, Rise of Skywalker. Number 9, I would put the Phantom Menace. Number 10, Attack of the Clones. And number 11, The Last Jedi, the worst Star Wars movie ever made. Anyways, that's my Star Wars tangent. Let's get back into sports because that's what this podcast is about. I wanted to address the Scotty Pippen thing because I realized I haven't addressed the Scotty Pippen thing, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. But Scotty Pippen, in a GQ interview, basically said that in 1994, for you young kids who don't know, Michael Jordan had retired. He was off playing baseball. The Bulls were playing the Knicks in the second round of the playoffs. And it came up for a last-second shot opportunity, and Phil Jackson drew up a play for Tony Kukoc for Pippen to inbound the ball to Tony Kukoc for the end of the game. And so Pippen got mad, and Pippen refused to go into the game. Kukoc hits the shot. Fast forward to the pandemic last year, and I guess you could say this year, and The Last Dance documentary comes out, and then a bunch of stuff gets said about Scotty with his contract and not wanting to get surgery, and then that incident. And so, I eat some more potato salad. That incident is brought back up. Well, Dan Patrick, one of the GOATs in the industry, gives Scottie Pippen a chance to, and he said this on an interview with Rich Eisen after the fact, that he wanted Scotty to either add, subtract, clarify, put in context. He wanted to be fair to Scottie Pippen. And Pippen basically just stood by it. He was like, oh yeah, I feel that. Like, he feels that Phil Jackson is a racist. Here's what we have to stop doing in America. We have to stop jumping to everything is racist all the time. Because not everything's racist, right? And I'm a white guy, and you could say, hey, no, who are you to speak on racism? You've never probably experienced racism. And I wouldn't say about experienced racism, but I've been blatantly called white boy. Like, not like saying, hey, there's a white boy, guard the white boy. Like, no, like, hey, you, white boy. Right? I didn't appreciate that, and I let it be known. Like, I can't say the same thing to an African American. I can't call them black boy. Like, I'd probably get shot in the streets, as I should. So, for me, and I'm not sitting here saying that racism doesn't exist, because it does. And we do have racial problems in this country, whether you think the whole country is based on systemic racism. This is not the podcast for that. But 27 years after the fact, and then you still played for Phil Jackson for 4 more years after that. The 94-95 season, 95-96, 96-97, 97-98. And in 27 years, nobody has ever called Phil Jackson a racist. Now, we can talk about how we feel about Phil Jackson's book and him throwing Kobe under the bus, but Kobe wanted Phil to coach him, and then they won 2 more titles together and went to 3 more championships. And I think Kobe and Phil were together, if I'm not mistaken, from the 07-08 season, 08-09, 09-10, and then 10-11. So he coached him another 4 years after that book came out. And so you would think that as outspoken as Michael Jordan in 98, during that whole season, which is what that Last Dance was really about, was saying, I'm not playing for anybody but Phil. And so I just have a hard time believing that Phil Jackson is a racist. But I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in the locker room. So if anyone has ever had a racist encounter with Phil Jackson, let me know. But all these years, he's been getting accolades as one of the best, if not the best coach of all time. 11 rings. Went to 2 more finals. And so Phil's 11-2 in the finals. He's been to 13 NBA finals. Nobody, no bench player, no guy looking for notoriety, was going to stand up and call him a racist. Just Scottie Pippen. And I'm real sorry about the lighting on this. Like I said, the lights don't work without batteries. And so my phone likes to dim in and out. And so, sorry for that. But I think that's ridiculous. And Scotty's selling a book, and Scotty's from Arkansas, where I live. So you would think that I don't have any reason to dislike Scottie Pippen. I actually got into an argument with a guy at a bar one time because he said Scottie Pippen was overrated. This guy's name is Brett. He just liked to get under my skin, whatever. I think he was an a-hole. My buddy Ian liked him, but whatever. I mean, I thought dude was an a-hole, and I stand by that. Because if your whole goal in life is just to try to irritate me after I've had a few drinks, what kind of person are you, bro? It ain't funny. I take this seriously. I'm actually bringing facts to the argument. Now, maybe Scottie Pippen is overrated, but people are he's in the top 25. No, I think there's 25 players better than Scottie Pippen. But Scottie Pippen was a great compliment to Michael Jordan and probably a top 50 player of all time. But this is making him look awful because it's the timing of it, right? If Scottie Pippen had said this when there was no book, no liquor to be sold, then, okay, fine. But why now? Why? And maybe Scottie Pippen really feels this way. But it's oh, you didn't get a play drawn up for you, and he said that he wanted a chance. Someone pointed out, well, he did have 2 opportunities before that shot, and he missed them both. Scottie wasn't known as a clutch, game-winning shooter. He was a great defensive player. He had offensive skills. He was long. He has ginormous hands. And he was a very good player. They had to be toughened up. And so, and then they're like, Michael never won without Scottie. Okay, well, Michael also never won without Phil. But Scottie never won without Jordan. Phil did, but he had Kobe and Shaq. So what are we talking about here? So I just think that I don't like it when it's just, listen, there's real racism out there that needs to be addressed. There's real people that are racist that literally hate people for the color of their skin, not just black people. There's people who are racist against Mexicans, racist against white people. And here's my thing. If Phil Jackson was a racist, why was he in a sport that... Because see, a lot of what people claim racism is, and I'm not going to read the definition, but it's not just that I don't like you because of your ethnicity or the color of your skin. It's I'm going to try to keep you from succeeding in life because of the color of your skin. Well, Phil Jackson is coaching these guys and winning championships and helping African, I'm not saying he's making them. He's helping by coaching. He's helping African Americans get paid millions and millions of dollars. If he was racist, why would he want to do that? Why would he not go to a quote unquote whiter sport? I'm all about evidence. So show me the evidence that Phil Jackson is a racist. And I don't care about Phil Jackson enough to be like offended. Like, I don't know Phil Jackson. He never coached one of my favorite teams. So it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm a fanboy, I love Phil Jackson. Like, I don't care. But if the man's not racist, don't call him racist. You know? Like, it would be like if Scottie Pippen had never, quit on his team and we called him a quitter, like, or if he had never gotten, then don't call him a quitter. But he did do that. And I know, and it's been pointed out that a lot of people didn't like Tony Kukoc because he was from Europe and he was Jerry Krause's boy. You know how, if you watch the documentary, you can tell how everybody disliked Jerry Krause and the owner, Jerry Reinsdorf. And so that team was united against their hatred of him, and I guess Kukoc was his guy. Kukoc hit the shot, by the way, if you don't know. So anyways, I'm going to finish eating these ribs and this potato salad because they're delicious, and drinking my Mountain Dew. Please don't come asking for sponsorships, any of these companies that I named, because I'm broke and I'm not promoting your product, but I'm just drinking soda and eating ribs and potato salad. So it's been another quick video from Jesse Williams of the Dads in Timeout Sports Show. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section and hit me up on Twitter at JWillSportsGuy. Tell me what you think about what Scotty had to say, if you think Phil Jackson is a racist, and why hasn't anyone else came out and said this. So till next time, peace.